burnt out from work that even on the weekends, I do not feel like I am resting.
At 45 years old, I just want to burn my entire life down. I just want to quit my
feel
job.
that.
Why am I working so hard at this day job?
I hate working. I hate
feel
getting ready to
that
go to
with a
work. I
passion.
hate going into work. I hate being an hour into a shift. I hate like saying hi to people. I hate being perceived. I hate smiling. I hate it.
I'm really burnt out and I'm on just the brink of breaking down. So I think I need to quit my job effective immediately.
I really, really, really do not like my job. That's putting it mildly.
And it's crazy because I feel the same way. I honestly haven't had a job in about 2 to 3 years. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. Don't ask how I still get my money. I'm not doing it illegally. But I feel like even when I was working at Universal, I felt burnt out just by being there for 2 weeks. It just felt like I couldn't even really do what I wanted to do. I can't even take a trip without me thinking that I might get laid off because they might be feeling some type of way that I want to take a vacation. And I feel like it shouldn't be like that. You get 2 days off and feel like you've only been off for 1 day. Then you right back. And it's like, I just don't like feeling like that, bro.
About me or any other employee in the office.
They don't care about your mental health at all.
Like,
That's
Today
how
we're going to
I
have
feel.
a very meaningful discussion on burnout and why there's many reasons as to why you feel like this or how you get to this point. For starters, obviously, you don't like what you do. You have no passion or purpose when it comes to this job, let alone a career, because I think that's even worse. Because if you went to school for this career,
facts.
if you went to a trade or whatever, dedicated years to this craft, and all of a sudden now you realize, yeah, I don't really want to do this, it's a life-changing experience. To some degree, it's a crisis, because now you understand, now you know, I did everything I was supposed to do, and now that I ended up at this point, I still don't want to do this shit. It's very meaningful, and I think it's a canon event in everyone's lives. At one point, they realize, yeah, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. And not only that, I don't want to be used by these corporations, these big companies, who are just going to replace me as soon as I leave. They can
Exactly. They don't care about you at all. They only care about what you can do. As long as you can come to work and bust your ass off, they don't care. Because they can easily replace you in a snap of a finger. It done been jobs I done been to where like I talk to the manager or whatever, and they like, man, I'm glad you came. We ready to get rid of old girl. She not doing what she supposed to be doing, so we finna get rid of her and we gonna replace her with you. I done been inside these rooms where they done said these type of things, so I know what I'm talking about. It's just not something that, it's just not right.
You at their discretion.
It's not
whenever
right.
they need to. So why would you put the fate of your life in someone else's when they don't even care about you like that? You need to bet on you. Whatever it is that you're doing or want to do, you need to pursue it. You need to take that leap of faith because nobody else is watching over you like that but yourself.
Facts.
And another thing I
Facts.
want to touch on in this video is opportunity cost when it comes to our downtime. The fact that we are so confused on what we should be doing when we're not working that it has an effect in of itself mentally on our workplace burnout. Have you ever gotten home early from work or you just have the day off and you don't know what to do? You know you have free time.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
you have time for
plenty of
yourself, but
times.
you're just like, what do I do? How do I relax? The majority of the time you just end up scrolling on your phone, when in all reality, you need to be doing stuff. Even if you feel tired, you need to be doing stuff because the more and more that you just lay around, watch TV, watch your TV series, the more you're going to feel mentally exhausted. You need to get out of your head and into your body. You really just need to walk out the house, do the activities that you want to do,
touch some
pursue your
grass.
hobbies. The real problem is mentally, you're exhausted doing the exact same thing that you've been doing. Going to work, maybe you go to school, come home, and then waste time. If you're a gamer, you already know the trope of having all these games on backlog, and yet you stick to the same 3 every single day. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the game. You're not too tired. You just feel like mentally you're exhausted. So you go back to what you know. But sticking to what you know is what's keeping you in that mind state, that mentality. You have
Which
to break
is a
it up,
fact.
do new things,
That's a
go
fact.
out of your way to experience life, and only then will you have solace.
Because you can't just depend on just you going to that job and you get off and you just do the stuff that you normally used to do. You got to build something after you get off of work so you can work on leaving that job and not having to depend on that no more. Because if you just depended on that, you still going to be in the same spot every single time. And then next thing you know, you got to get right back up and go to work. And it's just a routine. It's a routine that it's hard to get out of. It's very hard to get out of that because I know that everybody needs money. Everybody needs money. And based off the economy right now, it's hard to get a job. At least a job that you feel like is probably best for you. But that's just how I feel.
Crying on the meeting with my new manager today. Yeah. Basically, she was like, I've seen you on calls. Like, you just seem like you're unhappy. I'm very burnt out with the job. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, was that easy to read? She's like, I would love to see you smile on the call. I'm like, yeah, I don't do that anymore. These meetings are draining. This job is draining. But she was very kind.
Yeah, I feel
Sometimes
it.
I wonder if there's something wrong with me because everyone around me seems so much more motivated about work than I am. My coworkers talk about making an impact, promotions, bigger projects, and I'm just over here thinking about going home. Like, I want to do my job, but I don't have this internal drive to go above and beyond. I just want to do my work, and like, my profession is metrics driven, so I feel like it's really hard when you're not motivated. It just sucks. I don't know how to find that drive.
I'm only 2 years into working my 9-to-5 job, and this is awful. So you're telling me I'm having the Sunday scaries every week to dread 5 days of my life, to then be rewarded with a little thrill on Friday, but then be so tired from working that I pass out at like 10 p.m., live for Saturdays, love them, but really that is only one full day of fun, because Sunday, have a great Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon rolls around, and I have the Sunday scaries, and I'm dreading my life for the next 5 days.
Because it goes by so fast. It only feels like you only been having only one day off. And then you're right back. Like, it's the worst feeling ever, I'm not gonna lie.
What? No, 2 years is enough. So I'm on TikTok and I will be promoting products and posting my way out of this god-awful cycle. I cannot settle for a life of dread, especially if they want us to retire at 70 now. No, I'm going to be using the internet because I see people making a fuck ton of money on here, and you can be making a fuck ton of money by creating digital products, selling those, and then promoting products that you didn't even make. So yeah, that's my plan. That's what I'm going to be doing to get me out of this god-awful cycle, because I cannot take another second of it. Happy Sunday, though.
That's what you got to do, though.
I know exactly
that's what you
how
got to
it
do.
feels. You feel stuck. You feel lost. The only thing that's on your mind is money, because money is the only thing that you need in order to support yourself, to take care of yourself, to ensure that you're going to live a good life. And if you take your job away from that because you're so stressed with it, so burnt out, you instantly start to panic. You start to think about the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? I need money. I need to work. And then you start to rationalize with yourself. Well, it's not really that bad. I mean, I don't like it. I dread going to work every single day, but it's not that bad. And then maybe you give it a few more days, a few more weeks, possibly even a couple months, and you're right back where you started. You know something has to change, but you're unwilling to.
It puts you in a comfortability zone. Because you know that, okay, I'm making at least something. So if I can just stay with this little job, I can be okay. But not realizing that you still should have something else that you're building and that you're trying to do. Just like the other woman I was just talking. You got to have something on the side that you're building, because if you just rely on just that one thing, you're going to get way too comfortable. Because you know that you're getting some type of money. And it might be funding for some of the things that you like doing. But if you really want to get out of that rat race, you got to just take it a step further and do what you got to do. Build your own little foundation. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing this every day. I've been telling myself this for the last 2 years. I just decided to really take it a step further. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Change because you're scared. This is all that you know. You're unwilling to take that leap of faith because of the what if. But you shouldn't worry about that. You have the rest of your life to worry about the what if. Right now, in this second, in these moments, working at this job or doing whatever it is that you're doing, you need to make a decision. Because obviously, what's happening now is not working. This is exactly when purpose comes into play. You need to figure out your purpose. You need to figure out what it is that you want to do for the rest of your life. No matter what, you're going to have to work. That's just the reality of living in our society. You're going to have to do something for a living. How enjoyable it is comes down to you and how far you're willing to go in order to get it. For some people, that might sound like a tall order, but if you're really about it, you'll make it happen. It doesn't really matter how impossible it may seem. And for most people, they're not trying to do the impossible. They're just trying to do things that are comfortable. Now, I'm not going to lie. There's certain aspects to your life where you're going to be uncomfortable, especially making that transition from working a job and now moving into your passion, your purpose. Transitionary periods are always scary because you don't know what can happen. Like I said before, it's always the what if. What if this happens? You don't know. But don't worry about that. You can't worry about that. That's going to cripple you. You can't live in fear. You're going to have to go above and beyond in order to figure out what it is that you want to do. And don't be blinded by the bright lights of all these other careers and professions or content creation. If that's what you want to do it. However, don't do it just because, oh, I can make a lot of money. Oh, this person is doing this.
I'm glad he said that, because that's one of the biggest ones right there. A lot of people, they just want to do it because they just want to make fuck tons of money. But you also have to realize that in order for you to do that, it got to be some type of passion, some type of drive inside of you that's making you move like that. Because that's the way that you're going to get a lot of money off of this. You can't just make it because you just want to. You can't just make a lot of money just because you want to make a lot of money. You got to put that work in. It takes a lot of grind, a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline, and I'm realizing that myself right now, so I want y'all to realize that, because I know a lot of y'all might work, y'all might have a job. I'm still looking for a job currently right now. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, I still got my little chunks of money coming in, but you still got to remind yourself that you got to build something on your own. You have to build something on your own.
No matter what, it's still going to take work. It's still going to take patience. So you better do what you want to do, not something that's just going to make a lot of money, because you're still going to have to put time and effort into it. And if you don't care about it, you're going to end up right back in the same situation that you started in, doing something, working a job or career because of the money, because of the stability, the lifestyle, but you don't really care about it. And that's how you got into this situation to begin with. Do something that you actually care about, that you're willing to obsess over. If you're not willing to obsess over your job or your career, then you don't really like it like that. Choose something else.
I really, really, really do not like my job. That's putting it mildly. They do not give two shits about me or any other employee in the office. We're in sales, we're driving up and down the state all fucking day, serving no purpose, having no fun, nobody enjoying themselves, everybody venting, calling each other, saying they fucking hate it. Oh my God, what is the point? We are serving no purpose. Why are we running around, the constant running around and doing and nothing actually gets accomplished? It is fucking pointless. Please, for the love of God, tell me the point of my fucking job. There's no point. Oh God.
You ever just go into work on a Monday fucking morning, like today, and you walk into that motherfucker and you're like, you look around and you just feel miserable?
Not feeling it, yeah.
That's how I feel today. I don't feel miserable like myself. I feel miserable walking into work. So I just left. Fucking 9 a.m.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
For me, dog. We're gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna go train right now. I'm gonna go fucking train. Fuck it.
I quit corporate because I was burned out, and it turns out I was the problem. Love that. I left my 9 to 5 almost 2 years ago at this point, and this is just now hitting me. When I start something new, I latch onto it like it's a lifeline, okay? I cannot turn my thoughts off. Taking a walk, thinking about work. Taking a shower, thinking about work. Billy's date night with a triple dipper. That one's criminal. In the moment, it feels productive. Like I could outrun any scenario if I overthink it hard enough. But then I am so focused on work that I miss my actual life. That is why I get resentful with a pat on the back. I'm like, gee, thanks. I'm a shell of myself, but appreciate the kudos. I feel empty and resentful. That's a me problem. Why are you thinking about it so much? It is not that serious. And maybe the environment does actually make us feel that way. I don't really know. I would love people's thoughts on this. I don't really know. Now that I talk even more, I don't really know what I'm saying. Opening a debate, I guess. I don't know.
This reality is exactly why you see so many people quietly quitting. Basically, just showing up, doing the bare minimum, and then going home at the end of the day. The job doesn't love them, so they don't love the job. They're just here to get a paycheck to live. And this is exactly why it's so important to love what you do, to actually have purpose and find fulfillment within that. Because if you don't, eventually you're going to get to this point, no matter how menial or easy the job is.
Yeah, no lies. I had to realize that myself. No matter how easy the job is, you're still not going to want to you're still going to get to that point where you just like, man, F this job. I don't want to get here at all. I don't want to come here no more. I'm done. I got to do what I want to do now. You're going to always get to that point. And what I had to realize also is like, man, it's hard on both sides. It's hard to try to go to a 9 to 5 every single day. You feel like you're not really having a break and a time for yourself. And you got to realize also when you building something on your own and building the foundation, whatever that you got going, that's going to be hard also. If anything, that's about 10 times more hard because now you got to put yourself out there. But it's still possible. You just got to put that same effort that you have when you go to work and work 10 plus hours. into the craft that you want to build. That's how I look at it. So
eventually it's going to get boring.
Let me know how y'all
eventually
feel about
it's going to
that,
get
though.
repetitive. That's
I
what
know a lot of y'all got
they
jobs.
all are repetitive. So you need to
just
make
let
sure
me
that
know
you
how
like
you
what you
feel.
do. You enjoy what you do. You find purpose and passion in what you do. I really wanted to bring up this point in this video. It might be a little abstract, but bear with me. We really need to stop getting into this meta mindset where we're always looking at our lives from a third person's point of view. If you're chronically online or just an avid browser, you probably do this yourself and you don't even realize it. You may not even realize that you're constantly comparing your life to other people, whether it be your friends in your social circles, people that you see online that you know, people that you see online that you don't know, movie stars, actors, musicians, whoever. You're comparing your life to theirs and where they're at in their lives, and you think you deserve that just the same, whether it's because you put in the same amount of effort or because you're the same age. You really have to get out of that mindset and you have to stop doing that. I remember when I was going to college, I wasn't that big online. I had social accounts, but I never frequently went on them. I was way too busy. I was going to college. I had to go to my classes, and then after school, I had to go to work. And then after work, I came home. I was really in the trenches when it came to being busy. And I didn't see anything wrong with my life. I wasn't comparing myself to nobody. I may have dabbled in YouTube here and there, but it wasn't to compare myself. I was really happy with what I did as well. I was probably gone anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day, and literally nothing really crossed my mind but what I was doing in the moment and what I had to do that day. I wasn't necessarily worried about tomorrow or the day after. I was just worried about today. When you allow yourself to take a step back from social media altogether, you realize life moves very slowly. But because of what we see online and sometimes on TV, especially these TV shows that you guys be watching, you think that you deserve that, or you think that you need to live that type of lifestyle, when in all reality, that couldn't be the furthest from your future. I don't really know how to say this to sensationalize it to make you feel good about it, but really, put the phone down and actually go do what you got to do on a daily basis. And I can guarantee you, if you did that for a week, and
1,000%, you'll see a lot of results in your life. I cut Instagram off. Sometimes I just put my phone down in general. I'd be lying to say I don't doom scroll, but you got to know how to put that phone down, because you start basing your life off of the people that you see on the internet, and now you just get into the depressive mind state because of that. It kind of makes you feel like you're behind, but in reality you're not behind. That's why it's good to put your phone down, because if you always looking at all that, you're going to look at what's around you and look at your current situation. You're going to feel like you're just a waste of, you're just going to feel like you're a waste. I hear about this topic a lot, bro. I come across this on TikTok, Instagram, all that, because a lot of people, they tired. They feel like they just doing the most and they barely can afford to survive and live and just have a good life.
Interacted with your phone, specifically social media, you will see life is actually better than what you think it is right now. The reason why you feel like you're carrying this burden is because you want to keep up with everyone else. You have this fear of FOMO. You want to keep up with people online, content creators, doing this, doing that, this side hustle, that one. That's why you're so exhausted. You keep feeding your brain information that's essentially useless, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't pertain to your own life.
If you hate your job, listen to me. I have a reminder for you. Let's pretend you spend the rest of your life climbing whatever corporate ladder you're on right now. When you're in your 70s or 80s and you're thinking back on your life and thinking about your career and all the things that you did and didn't do you really want to have to come to terms with the fact that you spent 30 or 40 years climbing a corporate ladder you didn't even give a shit about? I'm only saying this because I love you. You could be traveling the world right now. You could be fulfilling your literal lifelong dreams right now. You could be doing whatever you feel like doing every day right now. And you're wasting your life away because you keep talking yourself out of doing it. Quit.
Quitting your job with no backup plan is the best decision you can ever make. Let me know if this sounds like you. You're in your 20s, you have dreams of starting a business, traveling the world, backpacking around Europe, but you have a job that you don't really like, but it pays you pretty well, you're comfortable, you're living at home, you have no bills, and you're just sitting in place. That situation sounds similar. You have to go all in, burn the boats, quit your job tomorrow, no backup plan, put in your 2 weeks and go for it. Start the business, take the trip. The worst thing that can happen is you have to find a new job that pays you the same salary. Because guess what? That job that you just quit is hiring your your replacement tomorrow with no remorse. If you're saying, oh, I'm worried my friends are going to judge me that I quit my job to go backpack Europe or start a business or start a YouTube channel, who cares? I have a close friend who sells cookbooks and meal plans for a living, and when he first started out, I guarantee you he got shit from his friends and family, but now he makes way more money than anybody working a traditional 9-to-5 job. He plays pickleball in the middle of the day. He's the tannest guy I know. He's one of the happiest guys I know, and he's an incredible cook, and now he's extremely successful. If he let that get to his head when he first started, oh my god, I wonder what my friends and family are going to think. I can never pursue this. He would not be where he is today. If you're watching this and you have a dream of a business or starting something on your own, go for it. Who cares what anybody says? Quit your job right away. That's all I gotta say.
You gotta go for it.
I quit my
job
job with no backup plan, and here's exactly what I've been doing ever since then. Number one, first thing that I realized is that when you walk away from a comfortable paycheck, your life stops running on autopilot, and suddenly every day is your responsibility to put in the work, to hold yourself accountable, and to work as hard as you can and learn as much as you can to set yourself up in a position that will benefit you in the future. So here's what I've been doing for the last 60 days. I have built my own AI-powered website from scratch. I have no coding experience, no web development experience, but the past 2 months I just learned as much as possible, asking as many questions along the way, and I was finally able to deploy my first website. I made a little Reddit post about it, and it actually did pretty well, and right now I've got about 14 organic users actually using the site, which is insane to me. I have been trying to rebuild my routines, trying to wake up early, go to the gym, and really trying to focus on discipline rather than the instant gratification. But honestly, I think the biggest thing is that I'm just learning to create things again. I think that is one of the single most useful skills that a person can have, is being creative, and I urge everyone out there to just start creating something. It can be anything that you're interested in. Just make something that is your own and put it out into the world, or you don't even have to put it out into the world, just make it for yourself. Do something creative. So yeah, quitting my job with no backup plan was terrifying, but these last 2 months I have been the most productive and alive that I have ever felt.
I know you heard this a million times.
It was all
but when
worth
it really
it.
comes down to it, you need to go pursue what you
all
want
worth
to do. It may be challenging. That transitionary period might be hard, but the cost, staying where you're at, not changing anything because of fear of the unknown, what could happen, is much more worse than making the change itself. I can tell you right now, burnout's going to happen no matter what, even if you get the job that you actually want and like. But it comes down to fulfillment within that job. Does it make you happy? Does it make you feel fulfilled? Do you find some type of purpose within that job? That's the difference in actually wanting to show up to work and not wanting to. Dreading to go to work. Having a case of the Mondays or the Sunday scaries.
Nah, yeah,
I've
for
been
real.
there. But when you remember why you're doing it, where you came from, the fact that this is so much more better than what I used to do, it's all worthwhile. Especially if you have a passion for it. If you can obsess over it, that's the true difference. And remember, don't chase careers or jobs just because of how much money it makes, the lifestyle that comes with it, the status, anything like that. That's ridiculous, because you're gonna have to work just as hard as you did before in your past job, and if you have no passion for it, you find no fulfillment within it, just like your last job.
It's like you just hurting yourself at that point. Just because the job got a lot more, pay than the last job, you still gonna be working just as hard. You're gonna get burned out. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna be in the same position. It's like a capsule over. It's like a capsule over. You can't even go too high. I was a part of it, and I'm still applying till this day to get me a job. But I just know for a fact that it's a burnout regardless. No matter what you do, it's gonna be a burnout.
Not going to automatically appear just because you make more money. That's not the way that it works. Your discipline, sacrifice, dedication, it's all going to be the same. So you might as well do something that you actually want to do. That's the key takeaway from this video. Do what you want to do. Don't be so caught up in the money. Money will come, especially if you have a passion for it. If you can obsess over it, then you're that much more willing to go above and beyond for whatever craft or job that you have, because you like doing it. You will go out of your way to make sure that you get paid, that you do what is necessary because you enjoy doing it. Don't ever forget that. That's one thing that I don't hear anybody talking about. The fact that if you're able to obsess over something that you like so much, you'll find a way to monetize it. You'll find a way to make it your life. Some people like sports, content creation, cars, so much. They make it their life, and they find a way to monetize it. They find a way to make it work for them. If you guys are still here watching, thank you so much.
Man, let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.